Howdy folks, and welcome to the next episode of my breakdown series. If you haven't caught any of the previous episodes, feel free to catch it on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and at pareshdaya.com. Now today we're going to be talking about digital assets and tokenization. Now digital assets is quite a loaded term, but it's actually used interchangeably with other definitions such as crypto assets or virtual assets. But in essence, we can define digital assets as a unit of value that lives digitally and is typically secured by cryptography via an underlying blockchain network. Now, this network then gives us the advantages of decentralization, distribution, immutability, and many more. But digital assets is also typically used in conjunction with the word tokenization. Tokenization means the process to take an asset, represent it digitally as a token on a blockchain network. Now, that could mean an asset that is digitally native, or it could mean the process of tokenization to turn an existing financial instrument to asset into a digital asset. So let's have a look at what digital assets actually comprise of. Because it is quite a loaded term, let's get back into this definition. What I've done is basically broken down digital assets into its various different constituents. So what we can see is digital assets can be represented by, number one, cryptocurrencies. And again, we can sub-segment this into multiple domains such as transactionability, privacy, etc. Number two, it could represent a CBDC, which is a central bank digital currency, either as wholesale CBDC or retail CBDC. Watch out for my next episode that actually breaks that down even further. Number three could be stable coins. A stable coin is a token that's backed by an underlying asset itself. So it could be backed one-to-one to a fiat sovereign currency, such as a US dollar, or it could be backed by commodities such as gold, platinum, oil, etc., or multiple other assets. And in the fourth bucket is what we call security tokens and utility tokens. Now, security tokens actually are tokens that have an underlying derivative value, such as a particular asset. And utility tokens are tokens that provide a utility mechanism within a particular blockchain network. So when folks talk about digital assets, you can typically think about it as comprising as either one of these particular elements itself. Now, why would we actually talk about digital assets? Why would we actually work with them? What are some of the benefits of that? So number one, it allows us to produce faster and cheaper assets and transactions. Being based on a blockchain network, it gives us the various different functionalities for the particular mechanisms of fast and cheaper transactions. Transparency, we have full view, depending on the blockchain network actually used, of these particular digital assets and how it is actually represented. Liquidity, we can now use digital assets to unlock liquidity and create new liquidity. So typically illiquid assets such as fine art, for example, could be turned and tokenized into digital assets and be fully traded either through over-the-counter or through exchanges. This also now allows us to create interconnected liquidity pools, allowing us to further unlock value. Accessibility, this goes down into typically thinking around democratization of access to the financial system and to financial instruments and assets for people that were typically excluded from a financial system. It also gives us additional benefits such as 24/7 trading, real-time trading, and transparency that goes around that. And the last one is really around unlocking economic value. We can use digital assets to drive economic value and unlock economic value in various different geographic locations, be it in first world countries or emerging economies. Now, this for me, folks, is really what makes digital assets a very exciting, innovative solution. So digital assets are one of the most innovative and exciting areas of digital innovation and actually form the foundation of new fintech solutions and businesses. They also represent an evolution of the current financial system. And as we know, the current financial system is fraught with a myriad of issues being based on archaic and legacy infrastructure itself. Now, we at Fraxium have actually built and baked digital assets into our core product platform offering, which allows our clients to seamlessly integrate, develop, support, maintain digital assets within their current and existing or new business models. So folks, for us, this is the future. Get on top of it if you want to build new innovative fintech businesses. So that's all for today, folks. That's all for the episode. Feel free to comment down below or reach out to me directly. I will definitely see you on the next episode. And until then, ciao.